Hi everyone, I hope you're enjoying your weekend and enjoying the nice weather this weekend. I'm going to go over what's going on upcoming this week in week 10. And you can see there it's a somewhat slow week. You do not have a studio this week. So what we're going to start with this week is actually a review. So you looked at this page back in September, I believe on September 20th. So I'm having you review the rhetorical situation information. I would suggest going over, watching the video, reading the transcript again, and looking again at this infographic, which gives you a visual of the rhetorical situation, because in the next assignment, our last research log 6, you're going to find two sources that inform your research question. Just a reminder that all of your sources should be connected in some way to your guiding question. Now that guiding question may have shifted as you have done research, that's fine, but you should, as the editor of your collection, be able to explain how all your sources fit under the same topic or same umbrella in some way. So you can see that you're going to find two sources, and you can use any of the previous methods that we have used to find new sources. So whether that's going back to Google Scholar, going back to the Atlantic, going back to look for a news article, or even going back to finding an article in Bad Ideas About Writing that you think would complement your topic. Just long as it's a source that I have not assigned in the semester, then it's fine. You don't want to pick sources that I have already assigned for you to read. You want to find new sources. And what you're also looking for is, you did that organizing sources activity on Wednesday last week. And so you should have looked for any, or you want to now look for any gaps that you'd like to fill in your research. Where are some areas that you would like to cover that you haven't covered yet, or some new questions you have that you'd like to find some research that addresses? So you're using that organized sources activity you did last week to guide what you're looking for this week. Your research log is going to look a little bit different this week. So you're going to do the same things you have been doing with the bibliographic citation, the summary, key terms, CRAP test, and then for your second one, your second source, summary, key terms, CRAP test. However, you're not going to do the editor's commentary this week. Instead, you will add a heading 2 that says organizing sources, and you're going to include the photo of the cards that you arranged into categories for that activity last week. And then you're going to do a different kind of commentary this week on your sources, because you're going to be looking kind of at the overall picture of all of your sources here, and not just on the latest 2 that you've added. So you're going to address all these different aspects of the rhetorical situation about your topic. So, trying to imagine who would be the ideal audience for your topic, who would want to be reading that information, or who would find it interesting. So that's why I'm having you go over the rhetorical situation information again, to refresh your memory and to use that information to help you write this part of the research log 6. Okay, so that's all for Monday. And then on Wednesday, you're going to do a peer response to research log 6. So please go into each of your group members, go into your writing team's folder in your Google Drive, and add at least 2 specific comments to each Google Doc. And you're looking just at their research log 6, all right? And using these 2 guidelines here to provide some constructive feedback. And if you are stuck and you can't think of anything that you want to ask or say, a good thing is to just post some questions that you have about what they have written. Okay, and then finally this week, you're going to have our final online parlor. Okay, so this one is really different. in that you're doing an outline for the Parlor. So I'm having you look at, let me back up a second. The reason we're doing the outline is so that you get an idea of what the genre of an introduction is for a collection of sources. Okay, so when we hear the word introduction, a lot of people think of it being just a paragraph. That is not true for the kind of introduction you're doing. You are writing an introductory essay that comes before all the sources that you have collected. So I want you to first review this information about the editor's introduction assignment. Okay, so this is part of the reader's guide. It is the main essay that you'll be writing. All right. So you've seen this before. I want you to go over it again. And then I want you to look at the introduction to bad ideas about writing. Okay. So let me show you where that is. Okay. So you can see introduction, Cheryl Ball and Drew Lowe. These are the editors of this book. So Cheryl and Drew have collected all of these sources to put them together into this book. So they're doing something similar to what you're doing. They have collected sources on a topic that all are addressing, one overarching issue. Yours is on a smaller scale. You have, about 10 sources. They have a lot more. But as editors, they have written an introduction to give their readers some kind of understanding about this collection. Okay, so you are going to be doing the same kind of thing as them. So if we scroll down, you will see their introduction. So what you're doing is in your online Parlor, okay, you're going to map out what this introduction is doing. So not what it's saying. So see, notice I'm identifying what the author is doing in each paragraph rather than what the author is saying. So I took a book that I used to assign the students called Digital Minimalism, and I just went, started with the first paragraph. I can see the author is trying to create some context or overview. The second paragraph, he's trying to create exegesis, trying to get his audience to see why they should care about this topic, etc. So this is a really important thing. You're focusing on what the author is doing in each paragraph. And so you should do that in looking at the introduction to Bad Ideas About Writing. I would just go paragraph by paragraph. You don't need to write anything, explanation. You just need to do, as I did in this example, list out the paragraph and what is what are the authors doing in that paragraph. Okay. So it's a little bit different from what you have been doing in our research log. So there is no word count for this, and you will not be able to see anyone's responses until you have submitted yourself. So what we're doing this week is wrapping up our research. So we're kind of finalizing any missing pieces that we see there. And with this assignment, we're looking forward to next week when we're going to start drafting the editor's introduction. So I just want to emphasize, don't worry about what's coming next. Just focus on what is due this week and you should do fine. Each week we tackle a different part of the reader's guide going forward. So if you are turning things in on time, then you are on top of the assignment and you do not need to be working ahead or anything like that. So I've broken it down into manageable pieces week by week so that you're not doing the assignment all at the last minute. All right, so again, post any questions that you have, and I hope you all have a great week.